Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, new graduates and newbies in the workplace. Welcome to the 2022 Professional Career Forum and Visual Job Fair today. And I hope that you have enjoyed the past 2 days and have connected with more people. And hopefully you have received some valuable advices from the thought leaders across the industry. My name is Danielle Chen, VP of CCAA, Confederation of Chinese Alumni Associations. I'm very honored to be the moderator for day 3 of the forum. I myself is a career woman working in the IT industry for over 2 decades. Here is a quick view of today's fully packed agenda. So we will have basically from 2 to 5, we'll have a keynote speaker. Then we have two panel discussions, and we're going to have a half an hour wrap up. So that's kind of the arrangement for today. And we're fully fortunate to have some of the industry thought leaders to share valuable information and knowledge with us. We have invited the top Chinese Canadian professional organizations in the areas of IT, engineering, accounting, Cpmp, that's project management professional. I believe some of the organizations have a long history. I'm sure you wanted to get to know them more. Well, let me begin with saying that for the first time, 3 main organizers and 5 top Canadian Chinese professional associations as the co-organizers, their leaders, and volunteers, actually many of them, have worked really hard together to make this event possible and for real. They feel the responsibilities to lead and support youth in our community to develop their professional career. Now, I would like to invite the main organizing leaders to share a few words with us. First, let's welcome Mr. Bill Ye, Chairman of Confederation of Chinese Alumni Association. Bill, the floor is yours. I know Bill has an earlier session. Probably he's a little behind. Bill, are you there?
Let's asking for Michael. We have a CCAA's president, Michael Chen, to give us a quick snapshot.
Okay, sure. Welcome, Michael, the president of CCAA.
Chen.
Hi. Hello, everybody. It's a great honor to represent CCAA to deliver a short speak here. Okay, CCAA has been a charity, non-profit, not for-profit organization, participating in all kinds of volunteer activities, promote social values, help mainly the Alumni Association of Chinese background in Toronto community for quite a few years. Career Forum is one of our goal we have been doing for a couple of years. This year, it's because of pandemic things, we moved online. We are very glad to have a couple organizations to work together with us. We hope these events can help us help not just the Chinese community, also the men from other communities from Toronto, even all across Canada. Okay, thanks for all the volunteers join us to help us. As we see during the past few days, the events are running pretty successfully. That's gave us more confidence, and that's also give us optimism to see our society, our community will become more united, more active community to help make Canada a better home for all of us. Thank you very much. Hope every guys enjoy this events, get some help from events. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for your tremendous contribution to the growth of CCAA. Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Zhencheng. He is the Executive President, Canada-China Economic Trade and Culture Exchange Promotion Alliance, CCEA. Welcome.
Thank you, Stanley, for your introduction. Dear distinguished guests and friends, welcome 2020 Professional Career Forum and Virtual Job Fair. On behalf of the CCEA, which is Canadian-China Economic Trade and Culture Exchange Promotion Alliance, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants, companies, and speakers for your great vision, super leadership, and valuable time spent with us for the past 2 days event, including today. Without your contributions and real job opportunities, we will not be so successful. In the past 2 days, really lots of inspiring speeches and experience. It's amazing. I see lots of positive, great feedback from the team, and this will be a profound impact for all attendants, especially during this challenging pandemic time. As a student in Canada before, I had gone through similar job search difficulties at the beginning, especially on my first job. And my son currently is in Waterloo. The whole university is looking for the co-op opportunities. And I know how difficult it would be for some of the students. So this platform we try to create is to help all the teens, all the young men and women who are going to chase for their dream first professional job, including those new immigrants. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank for 3 organizations, co-organizers, 5 co-organizers, for your hard work day and night in the past nearly 1 month to bring so many reputable companies coming to our event. These top industry leaders and job seekers together with a solid and great 3-day forum contents, it's make it very beneficial for all of us. Even we are in the industry for so many years, we still think that lots of sparks can inspire us doing better job in our career and maybe in future's career as well. Okay, so I will also take my opportunity to thank all the job seekers to attend this event. Is you have the right vision. I think all the keynote speakers and panel discussion, the guest speakers here, they are very experienced. They have lots of knowledge to share, and they love to share and tell you lots of things you will not be able to learn in the books, in the school, and maybe at the beginning of life. Of course, you will become very experienced guys, expert in future, but let's stand on top of other people's shoulder to learn faster, to learn quicker, and to be stronger. Finally, I would like to wish all 3D event a complete success and good luck for the job seekers as well as the company to find the best candidate you can. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Zhen. I know that Mr. Zhen is a core contributor to a few Canadian Chinese organizations, and thank you for your dedication and hard working as a community volunteer. Next, I would like to invite Mr. T. Wang, President of CPAC.
Hello, good afternoon, dear guests and our students. Well, it's so excited to attend this event. CPAC has been helping new immigrants and also foreign trained professionals in this country, help them to settle down and develop a new career. Now, within the pandemic, it is challenging for all of us to have this face-to-face interview. It is very difficult for students to get enough information about the job market and also the openings. I think that that is why this time several of our community associations joined together to table this 3-day event. So far, so good. I mean, all the attendees really appreciate what our presenters have done and our employers have done. So that is the proof and the fact, and also the answer for us to the new challenges. I think that what we did and what we've done now is great for our economy, for our country. So I hope that every student here can, learn a lot and get what you wanted. And also, we appreciate the help from employers, from different associations for your help. And your help is so invaluable that to all our students, to our community. I hope that today's event will give a perfect conclusion of our event. Okay, thank you. I will see you later. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Wang. A true leader like yourself is never a stranger to the community, and your leadership has inspired many of us. Thank you. Again, I want to take this opportunity to thank all these leaders and for sharing their best wishes and valuable information. Let's give a round of applause. Next, I am pleased to invite today's keynote speaker, Gada Tajdeen. Let me do a quick intro. She's a student recruiter with the Cpa Ontario chapter who works with internationally educated professionals. She assists them in transitioning their education and work experiences into the Canadian CPA designation. She's very enthusiastic about her job and being an IEP herself. She loves to help newcomers to Canada and motivates them to move forward in their careers the Canadian way. Now let's welcome Gada Tajdeen.
Danielle.
Most welcome.
Thank
the
you.
floor is yours.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, perfectly.
Oh, great. So welcome everyone, and thank you so much to these organizations for having me. As Danielle said, I am a student recruiter with CPA Ontario, and I focus on internationally educated professionals. For those of you who are educated in Canada, the pathway is the same. There's just an extra step, and I'll focus on that in the presentation. So who are CPAs? What is a chartered professional accountant? CPAs are trusted financial experts. They are ethical thought leaders. CPAs are people who navigate through disruptive change and transform data into business strategy. The CPA organization is the largest accounting profession in Canada. There are over 220,000 CPA members in Canada and around the world. And many of these members are leaders in Canadian business. So about 75% of CFOs in Canada are CPAs. CPA Ontario serves and supports more than 97,000 members and over 21,000 students in their qualification and professional development. CPA Ontario is an educator, a thought leader, a provider, a regulator, and an advocate. A CPA designation is your passport to work anywhere around the world. This designation will provide you with a toolkit of skills and knowledge that are in high demand by top organizations globally. There are over 12,500 Canadian CPAs who work abroad. And when we say work anywhere, we don't just mean any country. We also mean any industry or any sector. So on the screen, you have public practice and finance and consulting. This is where you would expect to find CPAs. But CPAs are also in fashion, in entertainment, in the arts. So this designation allows you to work in the industry that you choose to work in, any industry you dream of. So first, I'm going to differentiate between an ITA and an IEP. An ITA is an internationally trained accountant. This is someone who has successfully completed the education, examination, and experience requirements of a professional accounting body outside Canada, and is a member in good standing of that body. So what that means is an ITA is a CPA from another country And they are a member in good standing of that body. So ITAs do get advanced standing in the Canadian program. So if you are an ITA, you can go to cpaontario.ca/ITA. You will find a list of all the designations that we have agreements with, and you will find your pathway. You can also contact me if you have any questions. For everyone else, your IEPs, that's Internationally Educated Professionals, and this is anyone who has a degree from outside of Canada. And if you have graduated from within Canada, this is your pathway as well. So it's made up of 4 components. Cpa Prep Prerequisites, these are degree level courses. A degree requirement, and your degree can be in any subject. It does not have to be in accounting and finance. Cpa Prep is the professional education program, and that is the core CPA program. And 4th is practical experience. So we're going to break these down and go through them one by one. These are the 14 preparatory courses that are required before you can do the professional education program. So these are degree level courses. The courses on the left, the courses with no prerequisites, are your core accounting and finance courses. These courses do not expire. Sorry, these are your general business courses. I'm sorry, the courses on the left with no prerequisites are your general business courses. And these courses do not expire. So at any time that you have taken them and wherever you've taken them, you'll be exempt from taking them again. Only business law must be taken in Canada, but the rest could have been taken anywhere else. The courses on the right are your courses requiring prerequisites, and these are the core finance and accounting courses. So these courses do need to be less than 10 years old, and that's just because of the advancement of the profession and its principles. So if you have taken them more than 10 years ago, you will be asked to retake them. Advanced financial reporting and taxation must be taken in Canada, but the rest could have been taken anywhere else within the 10 years. So how do you know which courses you need to take and what you're exempt from? You would do a transcript assessment with CPA Ontario, and I'll go through the process of that at the end. But based on the transcripts that you submit, our assessment team would let you know what you're exempt from and what you have to take. Once you know the courses you have to take, you have options of where you want to take them. So CPA Ontario offers these courses 4 to 5 times a year. The courses are online. Each course is 6 weeks long. You can also opt to take them with a post-secondary institution, which is the university or college of your choice. And there you can take them with as continuing education, where you only take the required courses. You can take them as a certificate. You can take them in a bridging program. So you really have options. You can take some with CPA Ontario and some with a PSI. It's completely up to you how you choose to take them. It's very flexible, as long as you complete them all and pass them all. Now, once that's done, you move on to our professional education program. And this is the core CPA program. This is the program that trains you to be a professional accountant. It's a work-study program, so we do recommend that you be working while you're studying, although that's not mandatory. It just helps you get the most benefit out of both studying and the work, because it applies. It's a 2-year program, so it's over a period of 2 years, and it's part-time. You're doing it on your own. So it's made up of 6 modules. The first 2 modules, Core 1 and Core 2, focus on your technical competency areas: financial reporting, strategy and governance, management accounting, audit and assurance, finance and taxation. Now, these are topics of case studies. These are not separate subjects. Then you have the 2 electives, which are your specialization. This is what you want to focus on. So you choose 2 out of the 4: assurance, performance management, tax, and finance. You would do 1 in elective 1 and 1 in elective 2. Now, these first 4 modules are the same format. So they are case studies. Each module is 8 weeks long. You get 1 case study per week for a period of 8 weeks, and then you have a final at the end of each one. Once you've completed Core 1, then you can move on to Core 2, and then elective 1 and elective 2. The 4th weekend of each of these modules is mandatory attendance for workshops. So this is where you implement what you have learned and you meet other students in the program, and that's 1 weekend per module. Once you've completed those, you move on to Capstone 1. Capstone 1 is a group project. So you're divided into groups of 4 or 5 students, and you're given one business case study to work on as a group. Then this module ends with a presentation to a CPA panel. So you don't have an exam, you have a presentation. Each group member presents for a couple minutes, and then you have a Q&A with the panel. Then you have capstone 2. This is the last module, and it's only 4 weeks long, and this is preparation for the common final exam. So it helps develop your case writing skills. It's previous exams, it's simulation, so it helps you plan out how you're going to approach the common final exam. And the common final exam is the CFE. This is the big exam at the end of this portion of the program. It's offered in May and September of every year. It's 3 half days. So day 1 focuses on the project in capstone 1. Day 2 focuses on your elective, so the elective that you choose to specialize in. And day 3 focuses on your technical competency areas. So it's random case studies from core 1 and core 2. Now the program prepares you very well for the common final exam, so we do have a high pass rate as compared to other designations. This is the Cpa Competency Map. This is a picture of the program. So the circle has your 6 technical competencies that we discussed in core 1 and core 2. The rectangle has your enabling competencies: professional ethical behavior, problem solving and decision making, communication, self-management, teamwork, and leadership. These are all skills that you need when you go into management level. And the reason we have the workshops in the first 4 modules and the project in capstone 1 is to sharpen these skills and prepare you for management level jobs. And this is very unique to the Canadian designation, which is very highly regarded by employers. The last component is practical experience. So you're required to have 30 months of practical experience. It must be paid experience, it cannot be volunteer. And of course, it has to be relevant to finance and accounting. If you have relevant work experience from before you register with CPA Ontario, you're able to verify up to 12 months of that experience. And then you must do at least 18 months as a CPA student. Now, your experience should touch on show competency in financial and management accounting. Have a depth area that you specialize in. Show competency in the other areas, and you must show progression. So if you find yourself in an entry-level job, you must move up to a more complex decision-making role to fulfill practical experience requirements. And you have 7 years to complete the 30 months. So it's not 30 consecutive months. You have 7 years to complete the 30 months, so you would get promoted and to fulfill the requirements. Now, there are 2 paths to obtain work experience in Canada: the experience verification route and the pre-approved program route. The pre-approved program route is where the employer goes to CPA Ontario and they map out a job description that fulfills CPA requirements. So this is usually the audit firms or audit organizations from audit departments of organizations where they recruit from universities. The student is rotated into the different positions for 30 months to complete their practical experience. And the employer reports to CPA Ontario every 6 months on what the student is doing. A CPA mentor is also assigned to the student because they're usually working with CPA, so it's usually somebody they're working with to help mentor them through their career. The experience verification route is a more flexible route. This is where you go and find your job in finance and accounting, and you, the student, would report to CPA Ontario every 6 months on what you were doing. This is done through a practical experience reporting tool, which is a software that you'd have access to. And you would be guided by our practical experience team. So you would go in and answer questions every 6 months, and they would guide you on your pathway. You also have the flexibility to choose your CPA mentor. So it can be any Canadian CPA that you know who's not a family member. It doesn't have to be somebody you're working with. And if you want to be matched with a CPA mentor, you can have access to the Mentor Match portal where you can choose somebody in the industry that you prefer. Now, in both of these routes, the student has to report their enabling competencies. This is done through written reflections using experiences from the workplace. So you're assessing yourself and showing where did you show these enabling competencies? Like, where did you show decision-making? Where did you show leadership? How did you work with your employees, with your colleagues? So this is done by the student in both paths. Now, when you do your transcript assessment and get the results, you have three options. You're able to register with CPA Ontario as a student and take your preparatory courses with CPA, or you're able to register with CPA Ontario as a student and take your courses with a post-secondary institution, or you're able to go take your courses at a post-secondary institution, complete them, and then you come back to CPA Ontario and do your professional education program. Now, registering with CPA Ontario provides you certain services, which are access to our job board, where employers post within CPA looking for CPA students. You also have access to online workshops and webinars, so CPAs have to have professional development throughout their career. One way they can obtain this is through workshops and webinars, and CPA Ontario offers hundreds of those. And these are open to our students. Some of them are at a discounted rate, and a lot of them are completely free for students. You'd have access to our Student Support Center and to student benefits like preferred rates on services and events in Ontario. A very important aspect to registering with CPA Ontario as a student is that you would be able to write it on your resume. So if you're looking for a job, you know that most finance and accounting jobs require you to be a CPA or a CPA student. You're only considered a CPA student and can only write it on your resume if you're registered with CPA Ontario as a student. Now I'm going to go through the transcript assessment process. This is the most important step because this tells you where you're starting in the program. So first you'd create an account, sign up. This would go to cpaontario.ca/signup. It's a very basic form, but this would generate a CPA login ID number, which would go to your email address. Once you have your login ID and password, you go into your portal and you click Start My Journey. There you would complete an online transcript assessment form. You'd upload proof of your legal name, and that can be a passport, birth certificate, PR card, any legal document with legal name on it. Proof of your degree. You must upload a scan of your bachelor's degree. Whatever subject it's in, you have to have a bachelor's degree. And if you have any other degrees that you think you might get exemptions on, you can put those in as well. Course outlines. If you're educated outside of Ontario and have taken any of the 8 core courses less than 10 years ago, you would be required to send in a course outline to get exemptions on those. A course outline is also known as a course syllabus in other countries. And the assessment fee is $150. So this is what you would do on the portal. Now, we also require your transcripts. If you're educated in Canada, you would ask your university to email the transcripts to CPA Ontario. If you're educated outside of Canada, you would have to go through WES, World Education Services Canada, and we require the ICAP course-by-course assessment. And you would ask WES to forward that electronically directly to CPA Ontario. Once our assessment team receives these documents and the payment and the form, it takes 4 to 6 weeks if you're educated in Canada and 6 to 8 weeks if you're educated abroad to get the results. And the results would be an email listing the 14 courses that would tell you exempt next to the ones you're exempt from and required next to the ones you have to take. So you'd know, okay, you need to start by taking this many preparatory courses, and you can decide where you want to take them. So that's everything about the CPA program. These are events. We still do virtual events to try to connect newcomers and job seekers to anyone in the industry in Ontario. So these are a few events we're having in March. You can register at cpaontario.ca/internationally educated. This is my contact information. So if you have any questions throughout the transcript assessment process or anything you have regarding the designation, please feel free to email or call. If you're having technical issues on our website, you can contact customer service. They're open Monday to Friday from 8 to 6. And do follow us on social media. We do host a lot of events virtually to help anyone who is interested in the designation or the job market. And we post those on social media. So thank you so much for listening. I'm open to questions, Danielle, if there's anything you'd like to ask.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Gada, for sharing the detailed information about CPA and its designations. You said that having a CPA will allow you to work at any company in the world. I find it's very exciting. And I don't know actually any other certs allow you to do that, right? Usually I'll go to the chat box to see if there's any questions from the chat box from the audience. And so let me take a look. If not, I do have some questions if you don't mind. I guess on behalf of the audience. This one question is, how does CPA Ontario diversify professional development opportunities for each industry, right? And make sure CPAs can keep their knowledge up to date and achieve success to no matter what business sectors they work in? That's my first question.
Great question, Danielle. The CPA, as I said, CPAs have to have professional development, so they can obtain this in several ways. It could be reading a magazine that's relevant. It could be being a keynote at an event, attending an event, workshops, and CPA Ontario offers hundreds of those for different industries. Very up to date as well, like artificial intelligence, data analytics. They update the program for CPA students, and they have a lot of workshops and events to keep CPAs up to date on anything that's going on. Now our focus is crypto, and like the rest of the world. So it's really a lot of events that we conduct and workshops you can attend on our website to keep that up to date.
Very practical, very up to date. I heard you talk about crypto, so that's great. The next question is, I need some examples. For instance, right, during the process of achieving the CPA designation, in your opinion, what skills can help CPA candidates overcome obstacles at work? Maybe give some examples.
So CPA, the program at CPA is based on case studies, and they're real life case studies. So it expands your horizons and your perspective on events. So you also have different options of what you want to specialize in. So you're not all just doing tax and assurance. Not everyone's going to come out with a public accounting designation, right? So it's you have options. It's very diverse. It's very up to date. So basically, the program expands your horizons. The case studies that you do are real life, and they come from different industries. You also work a lot with other students in the program that come from different industries. So this also helps you expand your knowledge.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you for the good advice. I think we still have a few minutes. I have one more question to ask you, and then this is kind of for people's, I guess the usual way of thinking, right? So for someone who wants to start in the accounting industry, is it necessary to get a job in an accounting firm first, kind of to kickstart a career in accounting world?
No, not at all. Not at all. And we find now the trend is going away from the firms for students. Not at all. Any finance and accounting job at any organization, big or small, as long as you're completing the financial reporting cycle, you're doing the finance and accounting role, a specific finance and accounting role, it can be anywhere. It does not have to be at a firm.
I thought so too. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Okay, so let me take a look at the chat box if there's anybody asking any particular question that we have not covered. So far, I did not see anything. So I want to thank you so much again for your great contribution, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Danielle, for having me, and good luck to everyone on here.
Thank you. So next, I would like to invite Ms. Mia Ma. She's the president of Canadian Chinese Professional Accountants Ontario Chapter, to share a presentation with us about her industry, trend, professional job focuses, qualifications. So welcome, Mia.
Thank you. Let me share my screen first.
Please. You're looking good.
All right. So you can see the full screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mia, as the president of Canadian Chinese Professional Accounting Association, Untitled Chapter. It's my pleasure to give this presentation to all the great future professionals. We already have Cpa representative gave us an informative session to introduce the first step to become an accounting professional. So next, I will give you a high-level summary about your post-CPA professional life. Right. So accountants behind pretty much every some financial decisions and have become some of the most important decision makers in business, because we understand our companies inside and out, and also we often hold all the answers. At a high level, based on the CPA exam structure, as Gada mentioned before, the accounting services include financial reporting, like people in the finance accounting department of the companies that help in putting together the financial statements, and also taxations, including tax compliance and planning. So to be a tax specialist, normally we provide like advisory services to the client, and the most common ones from a public accounting firm, you can do the audit and assurance services to the client. And also accounting services also include finance, management accounting, strategy, and governance areas. So there are also tons of cool jobs for CPAs you may not even know about, like financial forensic. Join the agency and you could help investigate and solve financial crimes. You can tell there's various opportunities available for accounting professional, but how is the current job market for professional accountant? So given the structure, given the current landscape, like the COVID, it is likely no surprise that the unemployment rate at a very high, like there's a very high unemployment rate. And but also news is like for CPAs, my touch screen. Something wrong with my screen. Oh, okay.
Yeah, screen didn't load over.
You
need to click the screen. Yeah, click the screen and then hitting enter.
Okay. It works, right? Okay. But like even there's a high unemployment rate, but like the awesome news is CPAs, like we are indispensable, and therefore the need of accounting professionals for the current job market is really high and greater than ever. With the challenges to the business environment, and also the introduction of new legislations and programs and the expansion of the existing ones. As you all know, there's a lot of benefit from CRA. The changes has been solved, and the companies are facing the increased challenge to survive in the changing environment. And as you can see, the needs of CPAs is even greater in order to help organizations and individuals navigate all the challenges, like all the changes, and serve as their trust advisor now and into the future. Then the question is back to you as the potential professionals to the field. As a candidate, are you ready to join us as one of the accounting professional? Again, my slides. Okay. So since the accounting professional is constantly evolving and we never stop learning. In fact, the CPAs are require all the CPA members to meet education programs requirements every year as part of our license renewal process. So when you're looking at the list on my screen, you may not immediately think there are accounting or business related skills, but like they are skills beneficial in the field, like the communication, professional solving, leadership, and the relationship building are all important and necessary as a CPA or accounting professionals. And sometimes you also need to, you should consider growing I'd encourage you to broaden your scope to take advantage of any opportunities you find to add this skill set to your list now and in the future. At a high-level summary, to bridge the gap, soft skill enhancement, knowledge updates, and strong networking are the three key elements to become a competitive accounting professional. So today you already learned from CPA, learn about CPA destination from our keynote speaker, and also you learned you can get a lot of materials from CPA Ontario. So other than CPA Ontario, I would like to introduce another great platform to you for supporting your future development, which is our association, CCPA Ontario. Our association is an independent non-for-profit organization and was founded in 2008. There are 2 chapters in Canada, BC and the Ontario chapter. Today, I represent the Ontario chapter. The mission of our association is to continuously strive to do our best to provide a high-quality professional events to the community, and also support the junior professionals to integrate into the professional field. And and we do have more than 1.5 thousand online subscribers. They are from the industry and public accounting firms. And you can see at the bottom, we also have 11% subscribers are new grads and students like you, like the participant today. I highly recommend young professionals and students start building their network and skill set before entering the professional field. As I mentioned before, skill enhancement and knowledge update is very important as an accounting professional. So from our association, we provide annually 20 CPD hours professional development seminars to fulfill the CPA annual education requirements. And our seminars include topics from 4 areas. There are technical updates include from different areas like tax, assurance, and financial reporting, and also the soft and hard skills enhancement, and frontier topics, applications in accounting industry, and also the most important, the ethics related topics. So every 3 years, every 3 rolling years, we have a 4 hours ethics CPD hours requirements. So other than the PD seminars to the professionals who have a CPA destination, we also support young professionals, build connections, and create future learning opportunities to them for their ongoing development, which including the young professional career development and the campus mentoring program. And at the end, we wish all the participants today can strengthen themselves during the special time and be more than ready for any upcoming opportunities. Here's our contact information. Feel free to contact us on LinkedIn or WeChat. This is end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia, for the excellent presentation and professional advice. I think CPA experts play a crucial role in the success of any company, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then I think joining an organization such as Mia's will give you strong support, strong networking support to learn and to grow together, especially for the young people. We will have a Q&A session towards the end of the this forum. So if you have any questions, please hold on, and we'll have the time to answer your questions for Mia. So now, actually, we're doing really well. We're right on time. Now we'll have moving to the panel discussion period with a group of professional organization leaders and their representatives. Again, we're extremely fortunate to have them to be our panelists today. So first, I'd like to invite the PMP group, Project Management Professional Career Development Panel Discussion, led by Jenny Dunn with Tracy Duan, President of Chinese Project Management Professional Association for Canada, and their key members from the same organization, Duan, and Qing Zhang. Jenny, please take away.
Jenny, you can open your microphone. We cannot hear from you.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we have Tracy also online and Wenzo.
Thank you, Daniel, for handover time. Excited to have the opportunity to meet everyone today. I'm honored to introduce our Team 5 member to you. First is Cpmp President Tracy Duan, a co-founder of the Cpmp in 2005. Tracy is a seasoned project program leader and product owner with extensive international payment experience across central bank and commercial banks. Tracy successful deliveries strategically programs and digital transformation initiative for Canadian banks. Second members, board members, distinguished Duan, master degree in science and project management, certified PMP, project manager since 2004, executive manager at a joint ventures company. Joe focuses on science research project, engineer project, IT developed project, e-commercial project. Third members, the board members, excellent Qing Zhang, one of co-founder of Cpmp, certifies PMP, Master of Computer Science. Qing Zhang is a seasoned IT specialist with many accomplished projects in public sector. Fourth members, board member, excellent Wenzo, one of co-founder Cpmp, a seasoned professional project manager with over 20 years of experience in IT. Wenzo has developed a comprehensive set of project management courses delivered to thousands of learners and Chinese company. Last one is me, Jenny Dan. I'm an IT professional, business owner, co-founder of Bansha Communication, certified PMP, 2021 joined Cpmp, marketing director. We will share project management insight from different angles to embrace project management aspect. First, I will hand over floor to Cpmp President Tracy Duan. Please, floor for you. Thank you. Hello, Tracy.
Tracy, accept unmute.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Jenny, for your warm introduction. It's very exciting to be here. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is the third day of this career fair, and then you're still here with us. That shows your interest in project management. That's an assumption, and I'm very, very honored to be here and share with you some of the stories of project management, and then see if something can give you some 1 or 2 tips for you to take away. Before I start, I would like to know how many of you are familiar with the project. You can kindly just type in 1, show your familiarness. I just want to see a hand. How many are you already familiar with? Okay, I somehow I cannot see. Okay, that's fine. You came to this forum to find a job opportunity, listen to industry expert, to learn some tips or techniques with one purpose, to find your dream job. Finding a job is a project. For those who are not familiar with the project, I'm giving you a very simple version of what is about the project. A project is planned, organized, goal-oriented work. The project management is the set of knowledge and the skills to achieve this goal. The good news is that you're already working on your career project, and you are the project manager for your career. Journey and your progressing. Whether you can successfully land a dream job or manage well your career, depending on whether you are a good project manager to plan well, organize well, and execute well to achieve your career goal. I'm not here to teach you how to manage a project, but I would like to share with you my personal story, show you how project management skills help me land my dream job. As I immigrated 20 years ago, without much working experience in Canada, or for education in Canada, I could only take whatever job available to me. I was landed as a technical consultant, but immediately I realized this is not my dream job. I want to work in the banking industry and in the management positions. I want to work in the banking because my past experience in the banking. How to choose this goal? I was advised to learn project management. What I learned from this one, this is such an eye-opener. I learned not only this project management skill can help me to land to a project management position. More importantly, it taught me a set of knowledge and the tools could help me to learn a way how I achieve my goal. Specifically, my career goal. So what I do with a clear mind where I want to go, with some tools available to me, I start out to plan my career path. And then, such as what work I should have done to achieve this goal. In the project management terms, we call it WPS, work breakdown structure. All the work you need to get done to achieve your goal, which include such as job online searching, craft your resume, powerful resume, cover letters, connect with the professionals, and then to learn tips and find out what you're missing in your technical skills to land your job. Such as get some certification. I think previous CCPA talking about accounting, that's CPA, and the project management, we have PMP. Also, I also want to, because I want to land to banking, I needed to learn business. So I also learned Cpa, what is called the Certified Business Analyst. Get my certification done. So what I did is I learned all those become my plan with a time boundary plan. Also have a measurable result. After each task, I know exactly where it can land me to. With all those plans, I shifted my career from technical consultant to business analyst in a bank, then moved to project management, program management, and then moved to product management as a product owner. with more responsibly in leading in multi-million transformational initiatives and the enterprise product, which is enterprise payment system. In a summary, throughout my career, the project management skills helped me effectively manage my career, dramatically improved my skills and capabilities, such as effective communication and presentation to leaders, managers, stakeholders, and resolve problems, mitigate risks before they happen, and build high-performing teams. All of those skills are required and critical in your career development, regardless which role you will take. If one thing today you would take away from my story is treat your career development as a project. Learn and apply the project management skills in your career management. To achieve this goal, to achieve your career goal, after all, you are in charge of your career and you're in the driver's seat to move your career forward. If this story inspires you to learn more about project management, here I would like to use this opportunity to introduce a place where you can go or visit. Here we are. We are five of us come from Project Management Association, which we call the Chinese Project Management Professional Association of Canada. This is a non-profit organization and is created 17 years ago, so this year will be 17 years old. This is a learning, sharing platform for project management, business analysts, product management professionals. In this platform, you are not only to learn from industry experts in this, and then you also have a place for you to learn, to share, and have hands-on experience, which will be benefit before you go to the formal employment of some company because they acquire you have experience. We also provide the career mentorship that can help you in your career development or advancement. The Cpmp builds a broad network of connections with international professional organizations such as the PMI organization, IIBA, which is stand for International Business Analyst Business Institute. And also locally, we also connect with all professional organization community, such as the organizer, this event organizer, we have totally 8 organizers, and then you name it. So Cpmp is also a member of Canadian Chinese Science and Technology Alliance to promote the collaboration and project and initiative between China and Canada. So you have a branch of the opportunities there, can explore and can connect with. If you want to gain knowledge and experience in project management and networking with industry expert and professional, this is the right place for you to come. Welcome you to Cpmp. I hand over to you, Jenny.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. The life story sharing is very touched. Very touched. Yeah, and I just say what somebody asked is where I can get the networking. Like you say, the Cpmp is your place. You meet a lot of professional in the industry. It's not by just coffee talking, by we share knowledge, we discuss issue, we found the solution. Thank you, Tracy. Now I will hand over floor to Joe Wang. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Listen to me? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Very glad to be here to share some of my story with you. So my name is Duan. A little bit about myself. I graduated from a STEAM background, 理工科. I was doing scientific research project in the what I call Sino Academy of Science after my graduation, and I finished my master's degree there. In the late 90s, you know, the internet wave came out all over the world, and many business opportunities and career opportunities came along with it. Many friends and colleagues around me jumped to this industry to looking for a new start. I was one of them. Went back to China to start my own business, doing project development related to internet and e-commerce. Later on, I also finished many investment in project and engineering project in the area other than internet or IT industry. So in fact, what I can say, so many people here with a STEAM background like me will face many changes in their career life, like job level changes, occupation change, profession change, and business change. Some changes were initiated by themselves, and some changes were forced passively in some circumstances. For example, the private education industry, either online or offline in China, was wiped out just overnight. The whole industry just simply went away by a new regulation announcement. So those very excellent PhDs, masters, and IT developers have to change their career to other industry or other sectors. So it's a career change to an individual like you. It's most likely to happen to everyone. So it's very important to you to prepare for these changes, either in mindset or skill set. Come back to my story about the situation I was faced when I was in the career change. I was found beside the dealing with the technical development. I had to deal with client with the requirement changes, scope changes. I had to deal with the investors regarding the funding or the date of delivery. I had to deal with even government authorities about the permit. I also have to deal with my team to retain them or calm down their anger with those annoying changes, right? No one happy with those changes, especially for those technical people. So you have to deal or worry about many things which are beyond the project, but tightly close to the project. At the time, I was thinking from my technical logic. So if there is a formula or a module or a system which could handle all these non-technical stuff, manage them well, that will increase the efficiency and reduce the cost. So I will be very happy to learn that. And I found out the project management system will solve my problem. And then I applied to a project management program in Beijing University and got my master's degree in this major area. I also got my Cpmp certificate in 2004. So those training courses really helped me a lot on my following project, either in cost control or the project efficiency in many aspects. So with all those knowledges. So the project management covers all the problems I ever met, and with solutions and approaches like change management, budget management, and schedule management, communication management, and risk management. We even have like an agile method to dealing with those changes from scratch. So all those approaches could not only be applied to all kinds of projects, IT project, engineering project, and like investment project, all kinds of projects, but also you can use to apply to the families or personal purposes, like financial investment, college plan for, project plan for kids, even the family trips, and many more. Some people may say, I could still do my project without knowing those the project management knowledge. Yes, you are right. You could do so like me before, with many struggles, sufferings, and pains. You may face problems like a delayed delivery, cost over budget, and don't know how to deal with it. So for example, when we evaluate a project, a finished project, we use a method called earn value method. If you don't know project management, you may not know what it means. It is a method to evaluate the value of a finished project. Traditionally, we used to measure a project by within the schedule, under the cost and the budget, and fulfilling the requirements of the project. That is a successful project. But by using the earn value method, the conclusion may be different. For example, if the budget was $10,000, you only spend $8,000 finishing the project. The traditional way is good. You save the money, right? But the assessment of the project may be only worth $5,000. So we cannot call it a success. On the other hand, if we spend $12,000 with $2,000 over the budget, but created a $15,000 value for the project, we will call it a better finish, right? So you'll see, you know or you don't know, makes big difference. So Cpmp provide a professional platform, professional training courses and programs, dedicated resources and many opportunities here for you guys to learn, practice, and exchange information and get ready for a bright future. Welcome to Cpmp. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for the experience shares. We are a little bit running out of time. So now next one, I hand over to Duan, please.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad I'm here. My name is Wen Zhou from Cpmp. When we discuss career development, most of the time we like to talk about how to learn hard skill, right? On the contrary, people, despite of the soft skills, soft skills is so. But from my experience, I think hard skills is only determine the start point your career. Soft skill determine the high of your career. Here is a case. There was a developer whose work as a delay due to various reasons of the company. His manager wanted him to catch up as soon as possible. Makes sense, right? The developer made a detailed catch-up plan after considering various situations. Next week, he took the plan to discuss with the manager, but he only talked for 1 minute. The manager interrupted him and said, "What I want to hear most to the specific scheme you use and when you will catch up." Then the manager said, "I have another meeting, so I need to go." The next day, the developer simplifies the plan. He went to the report to the manager again. The result is the same. The manager was still impatient and quickly interrupted him to focus on the key point. But the developer said, "That's what I'm talking about. How can you be impatient, right?" At this time, developer is very distressed. He thinks he said is correct and his logic is rigorous. But why his manager is so impatient? Can he let him finish? After a short conversation with him, I said, there must be no problem with the content of your report, but it's only from your point of view. Have you analyzed the need of the manager? The developer immediately said, why? So I told him one of my personal experience. Once, after I finished the training, the organizer warmly invited me out to dinner after arriving at a very famous local seafood restaurant. We all feel in an embarrassing sense. Why? Because I was allergic to seafood that year. So as a result, the organizer ate lobster in embarrassment, and I ate fried egg rice awkwardly. So therefore, in project manager, we all know that's very, very important to analyze the stakeholders' need. So we should put this into our daily work from time to time. But so how do we do it? Okay, today let me be brief. We all know the general manager. We can usually divide them to the 4 types. The first type is dominate, like Trump, the competent and the target, right? The second is influence type. There are particularly infraction like Jack Ma Yun. The third type is the constantly type. Their behavior can be unpredictable and expected. The last one is the conscientious, just like Ren Zhengfei of the Huawei or some academic leader, right? Obviously, what is the type of the manager in our case? Yes, he is a dominant type. He gives the people a lot of the pressure and he's very direct and a strong self-estimate and pay attention efficiency. He needs us to strong and imagine Trump like do that. So he is usually impatient, right? So when we report to him, we need to use to the shortest sentence to say the plan and go directly. We would better report in a period way. Conclusion the first, then gradually explain. Hey, what I want to do to achieve this goal. If the manager has a problem, he will ask. Then you can focus on the answering with the detail. But if the developer faces the leader, just like Mr. Ren Zhengfei of Huawei, he is a conscientious type of the leader. At this time, there is no problem with his reporting method because such is leader like the data, logic, and finally deduce the conclusion he wants. So as you can analyze the needs of the stakeholder, it's very, very important. It's easy for us to do this when we face the customer, but many times when we face our colleague or our manager, many people are self-content. That might not be good in teamwork. So I think in our firm, there is so many business leaders here. You can imagine when the leader wants to promote someone, most people subconsciously considering the soft skill. Why? Because if people lack the hard skills, but they're easy to find in the market or be trained. But however, it's difficult to evaluate the soft skill. So when the manager found someone who has a good understanding with his work, what do he want to promote? It must you, right? So this is my central idea I want to express. The hard skill determine the start, the point of your career, but the soft skill determine the higher your career development. So the project manager is very, very important skill among the soft skill. It's not only used in the project management, but also in our own life and in our career development, just like I just gave the example, right? So, okay, this is a small case. This is me sharing my story today. Thank you. Hope you guys good.
Thank you, Duan. You are excellent storyteller and share the story. No, we know everyone need to manage share stakeholder in easy daily life work. Thank you. Now I give the hand over floor to Tin Zhang.
Hi,
Please.
can you hear me? Okay. First, I will say after several topics, their audience maybe feel something different. They want to looking for some harder skill. So I will say first, we'll still welcome everyone to attend the Professional Career Forum and the Job Fair. And the project management skill is not only for project manager, but also for all professionals in the different industry. It already becomes an essential skill for senior position in the IT industry. So this is true. As an experienced IT worker, I have a following points to you if you want to learn project management skills. So one is the proactive. I know there's a character there. First, you need to know yourself. What's your desire? What's your target? And what's your personalities? In all of them, proactive is very important characters. You need to start to change yourself and not just waiting. Your behavior should not controlled by your habit. You need to maybe change your habit. And also you need to, the second point that you start to learning. Definitely, project management is a skill, not the hard skill, it's a soft skill. You already have a matured knowledge area. So you need to learn the knowledge. One is recommendation is reading the project management body of knowledge is a PMBOK. And it's better you learn it, get the certification. Why? Because without enough learning, you cannot pass the exam. So that means just show you have enough or matured the knowledge there, you mastered. Also, you need to learn is some new trend like Agile, Scrum Master, Kanban, or even new for the scaled Agile framework. And that's just for the knowledge part. Also, you are in the company. Most important, you need to know your companies. What's their core value? What's the mission, vision, and the goals? And also, you need to know your company's the structure and the process and the policy and the business. Without those information, you cannot do the project well. So the third step is the action. So definitely, after you learn a lot of skills and the knowledge, you want to practice to master it. So one is recommendation to you is communication with your manager or fundamental in your organization. Why? Because you need to know your manager's thought and his priority. Also, you need to, according to their priority, adjustment to your work to match his priority. Then you can looking for the opportunity to do the project or project management work. I can give you an example here. If you don't without consultant your boss, if you do something just by yourself, maybe waste your time. Before we set up in my work there, I set up some the environment that's new software. We say we try to use it, but without enough communication with my manager, then they come with totally different solution. Yeah, definitely nobody want to use my suggestion there. So that's one is you try to avoid. For sure, that was before I get the PMP certification. And the second one is when you apply what you're learning in your daily work, you always refer to the good practice. Before, when I receive any the work requirement or work package, I started to do it. And this time I get the request about 10 items. Before I just do it without thinking further. And as some bad experience, when I finished, I talked to the user. User said, very simple, sorry, we don't need that one anymore. Oh, that's too bad, waste my time. So for this time, I know I learned the Agile. We use Agile approach for these 10 items in the service request. So I talked to my manager, says I need to talk to the user to have a meeting with them to how to deal with this 10 items. During the meeting, I asked the business user, what's the top priority? So far, only I'm doing your request. You need to give me the priority. Then with the discussion, they decided to do the one that's reported there. I say, okay, I start working there. So through this way, I know clearly what's their priority and what's the time frame, what's the expectation. So this magic, gradually I finish all the items there. Actually, users requirement, the 10 items change it. Maybe just need to finish 10, not only for 10, maybe just less. So in this case, you're very satisfied. So apply what you learn in your daily work. And definitely in this process, you need to deal with conflict before people fail to face conflict. But opposite can make things better. You need to think it, how to combine the different thoughts in your project or in your activity. Then manage the meeting, make it successful. The last one is for the action is for sure you need to share your experience and the expertise. Why? The two things, if your PMP is also, this is required by PMP Code of Conduct. And also through share your experience, you get the credit from your colleague and your manager. Now, the last step, that's the last is the notes. You know, we always need to do the lessons learned. And when I talk to the project managers, they all share saying, I need to write something for every day what I'm doing there. And also make the weekly, the case analyze. In this way, you can summarize to find the root cause and what you do good or what you can improve in next week. And most of this one in the IT industry is because requirement keeps changing. You need to clearly follow up and make sure it's right. Otherwise, your project cannot stay successfully. During the notes, also you can develop your template for work process template. In this case, you can make your life easy and other people in your team, you can follow this template to do work successfully. General says it gives the 4 tips that's called proactive learning, action notes, that's plan. It is important that your daily work. Also, you still need to continue to learn from your peers. So join Cpmp, the learning platform. Thanks. Jenny, time for you.
Thank you. Thank you. So Zhang Qing shares hard skills of the project management. We little bit running out of time. It's my turn. I will quickly brief to tell my story and wrap up. Okay. For me, it's my suggestion for everyone here is go with your heart, do whatever you love to do, and try to make use of the resource you can have. I tell some how I share how I joined Cpmp and to be one of leader. I was IT function manager in China before moving to Canada. In Canada, I was business co-founder, successfully led the B2B business in Toronto for 15 years since 2002 in telecom wireless industry, supplies OEM parts such as BlackBerries, Samsung, iPhone for Rogers, Bell, and Thales Refurbishment Center. Several years ago, I took a break for business to explore the world and enjoy my family life. After a couple of years, my heart still loves social life and the feeling of accomplishment. I went back to school and recharged myself in business administration and got my PMP certification as well. In 2009 PMI's Christmas networking party, I met Tracy, and I know about Cpmp. Since 2020, pandemic started. I was lucky enough to join Cpmp, the first virtual case study webinar. After 2-hour webinar, my business sense instant tell me the value of the activity. Since then, I joined all of the more than 40 virtual activity hosted by Cpmp, case cross industry from bank to high technology, and how to host a virtual meeting to how to use our popular tools. I gain broadly industry insight. Tips for how to manage up boss, office political, what time is the best time to social with your boss and the coworker, what time is login to virtual meeting to keep your best exposure, so on and so forth. All soft skill you cannot find from book, but you can learn from Cpmp expert sharing. Project management is not only used in the project by project manager, leadership, planning, time management, risk control, team builder, resource allocate, communication, so on and so forth. These skills are included in project management methodology, or are most important soft skill, which will benefit you in life. These skills are built up through day in and day out practice. I believe most of you know high-tech Huawei. Huawei demand all management position. Need to take internal project management training course designed by IBM and a high-ranking consultant firm. Follow success. You will be closer to success. Cpmp offer plenty chance to practice project management skill. We have a document digital asset share with member and volunteer. Each volunteer have chance to practice training as event host and speaker. If you want to transfer the knowledge learned from book to be hand-on skill set in your real working place, if you wanted to prepare PMP exam, if you wanted to collect the PDA, CDU to keep your certification valid, if you want a volunteer experience, Cpmp is the right community you should join. Here is the takeaway for you today. The place to improve and practice your soft skill and gain different industry knowledge, Cpmp community. You can find how to reach out to all of us today. Second, membership. Join Cpmp to be member. You can get the hope to get your PM certification and gain your confidence and polish your project management skill. For newcomer, and the new grad. I have some resource information to share on the PPT. I will share for you now.
Hey,
okay,
Jenny,
it's 1 minute. So people, if you want to take the picture, so you can take a picture. Can you see?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, this is a website. You can take away. If you want to join us from here, you can find us the email. This is first one. Second one is this is ours with WhatsApp app. You scan this barcode, you can get all our activity, training course, training activity information. Third one for newcomer, if you have you need a consultant, resume writing, interview practice, there is some free employee service service. The website here, you call them, can find the location near you. Thank you. I will wrap up here. If you guys want to reach us after, if you didn't get its full information, welcome to chat after. Thank you. I hand off the floor to Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all the panelists from Cpmp. You know, I noticed that all panelists from Cpmp work cohesively together as they deliver the same message from different angles. I really appreciate. And then they, just for myself, I have dealt with many public and private sector verticals, and I find that having a good quality project manager adds great value to the entire contract, right? Because not meeting the deadline can cause over budget or even penalty. It is about problem solving in a creative way based on your knowledge, your expertise, and everything. So problem solving is probably one of the most demanded skills in the workplace. So when your career landscape changes, you have to adopt. So for those who are PMP or who wants to become PMP, please join Cpmp to help yourself grow and to learn. Thank you, Jenny, for making my job easier in this round of panel discussion. So now we move to the next round of panel discussion. We have invited 3 panelists. Let me do a quick introduction. First, Mr. Liang Guan, Managing Director, Association of Chinese Senior IT Professionals. Second, we have Mr. Yadong Wang, Executive Committee from the Canadian Chinese Finance Association, CCFA. And then we have Thomas Lee, SVP President of North America Chinese Society of Automobile Engineers Canada. Welcome to you all. Make sure you have your camera turned on. I have designed some common questions and some individual ones as well. And I know my questions are very hard. No, I'm just kidding. So first, this question will apply to all of you. And the first one is, tell us about your organization and why do you think professionals, especially the young professionals, should join your organization? Who wants to volunteer first from the 3 of you?
So my name shows up the first, so I will start.
Sure.
So this is Lian. I'm the organization that I'm representing is a Chinese Association of Chinese Senior IT Professionals. Well, firstly, I'd like to thank the organizers and the moderator for organizing this such a great event, and it was very successful. I was in and out for the last couple of days. It was a great turnout, and I really appreciated the organizers for the opportunity. We as a sponsor and really appreciated this opportunity. So our organization was founded in 2006 by a group of IT professionals as a non-profit organization. Our mission was to create a peer collaboration platform for professionals to help their career advancement needs. In the last 16 years, our activity has been largely focused in the 3 areas. So we promote knowledge sharing of new technologies such as cloud computing, machine learning, AI, Internet of Things, and most recently, the metaverse. We have organized an event last year, even before Mark Zuckerberg changed the Facebook to Meta. Yeah. And the second is we help our members to grow within their organizations, and we support the freelancers and also the promote entrepreneurship. We have a series of event organized. The event we called the Breakthrough the Glass Ceilings. That was for create a panel discussions and events for people who have challenges growth inside of the organization, whichever they belong to. We have a crowdsourcing for the freelancers, and we also have an event for the people to share with their startup experiences. And then thirdly, we have information sharing, knowledge sharing for the peer consulting. We have a group chatting, the WeChat group, that people can share their experiences or ask questions, get the expert opinion or suggestions, or even sometimes help with the implementations of certain technical challenges. So all the services that we're offering to our members are free of charge. So we have been supported not only by our enthusiastic members, but also by the kind-hearted organization and senior professionals. So our organization is created by our IT professionals and for IT professionals. We welcome everyone to join us. Thank you. That's my introduction.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your organization. I find that your organization is very advanced. It continues to evolve, right? You talk about some of the most advanced technologies, innovative technologies that you are helping people to learn and to grow. Thank you. Next, should I ask for Dong Wang?
Yeah.
Tell us about your organization. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So thanks for the invitation. It's really my honor to be here to introduce myself as well as my organization. So some of you might already know that the CCFA, Canadian Chinese Finance Association, has been serving the community for over 20 years now. So Duan here today, Duan used to be our first president of CCFA. I know Siwan now is heavily involved in the Cpas stuff. So I think when we started this organization, I think the focus was very specific. So the financial professional, like working in the banking and financial industry here in Canada, to help them to bridge their gap and knowledge sharing, and help them with their initial career advance. I think later on, as the organization trying to expand to increase our larger scope in other areas, we're trying to not only emphasize local Canadian Chinese here in Canada, in Toronto, but more trying to bridge in the communication between Canada and China as well. So we try a series of activities that not only happen in Toronto, Ontario, but also trying to bring our financial professionals back in China so that we can see how we can communicate, contribute to both areas. So I think we have been organized a series of events since when we start the organization. I think particularly after I think it's in 2018 and 19, we started to engage large scale of a series For example, we started a series of finance forum called China Finance Forum each year. So on top of that, we're trying to have establish a distinguished speaker series, invite financial professional and invite some academics, some of government, to introduce sharing the experience in the finance industry as well. Most importantly, so we're not only trying to focus on the bridge between this Canada and China and the industrial academic lives. We're trying to focus our membership and focus to help our young professionals to be able to share knowledge and sharing career advice, and also provide a good mentorship program. So we now have some student mentorship and as well as some senior mentorship program, trying to help different level of financial professionals. So for example, I think right now, lots of young professionals, they just came out from school, right? We're trying to establish connection to some of the big banks, recruitment department, so that we can try to bridge the gap, try and help them to link, so that more opportunities available. I myself, I work in I have over 15 years experience working in different banks, starting working in BMO, later on Scotiabank, and now I'm with TD. So I think not only me, there's tons of professionals like myself, have education background. I studied math and got a degree from Queen's. I think there's tons of membership within our organization that have similar training or education background that are ready to help out, to reach out, to provide our experience and to young professionals. So I think this is a great chance for anybody that has interest to work in the finance industry to join our organization, so that we can do a lot of cross training. Like we have lots of presentation and the Learn to Learn series right now, even if pandemic era, but we're still trying to do a lot of online, right? And then we have also engaged to establish a quarterly journal. So we've been doing that since 2020. So I think there's a lot of activity, keep everyone busy, and then at the same time trying to contribute back to the community, so that we can bring our experience and so help the young professionals. So welcome to join CCFA. If you want to know more information, feel free to contact me and some other member. I think we have large, WeChat chatting group. So you can log in our website. It's a great chance. So yeah, I think that's all I can share.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wang. I know that, you mentioned that your CCFA has over almost like 20 years experience, right? 20 years at work. And I actually personally attended one of your CCFA online events and attended one of the gala evening. And my impression is you have a lot of young talents in your organization. And I'm sure you probably have a lot of specific programs tailored towards these young talents, correct?
Yeah.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So next we go to Thomas Lee. Tell us about your organization and why you think that young people, young talents should join your organization in the engineering field.
Thank you, Danielle. I'm Thomas Lee. I'm here to represent North American Chinese Society of Automotive Engineers. I know it's a long name, and the short name is NACSAE. Before I get started, I want to say thank you and congratulations to the event organizer and the whole team, including volunteer host. It's outstanding 3 days job fair. And I love your energy and love your passion to develop our young talents and provide opportunity and experience to the next generation of young professionals. Back to our organization, and NACSE was founded back in 2011, It has more than 4,000 members. Our mission is to promote technical and career development for our members and advance North America auto industry. NACSAE has 4 chapters in Michigan, California, Shanghai, and Canada. Here in Canada, our chapter has about 400 members, most of them working in auto industry or have a passion in cars and engineering. In Canada, we have held many leadership development workshops, career development sessions, technical seminars, and professional and community events led by our members. Our organization is active in developing young engineering professionals in Canada. Finally, if you have a passion in the future of mobility, technology, and engineering, I'd like to invite you to join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. As a matter of fact, I studied telecommunication engineering. Although when I came to Canada, I did not pursue that further, but I find having engineering background really helped the career in multiple ways, right? In a way how you think, you approach things, do your homework, studying everything. So yeah, congratulations for your organization. So now next, I have a question, and think all of you, I think at least that from what I'm hearing that from today's and in the past few days, right? It's all about advance your career through investing yourself, right? So my question is, advance career through investing yourself, what does it mean to you? For example, joining a professional organization such as yours, find a good mentor, sponsor, attend a conference or forum such as we're having right now, or continue learning, sharing. So I want to hear from your perspective, what does it mean to you?
Would you like me to start?
Please do. Okay. We have a sequence now.
To me, engage lifetime learning is the best way to invest it to yourself. There are many ways to learn, to enrich yourself through different people interactions, such as you mentioned about events such as this one. I can learn from even a movie. There's many great movies I learn from, and help with how you present an idea, how to present certain things to certain people. We're talking about talk to the talker and walk to the walker, and then who are the talker, who are the walker. You have the way to differentiate, and then you can tailor that communication to those audiences, and that's the best way to learn. There are times that when you communicate, say something, how to say something is more important than what to say. So in my personal experience, as long as you pay attention to learnings, you will learn from anything. That's my view.
Thank you. What about Duan?
Yeah, I tend to agree with Lian's speech. I think yes, definitely. I think lots of young professionals, when they started to join their starting their first job, or even before the first job, they tend to pay a lot of attention into specific knowledge, skill set. They're trying to learn that, which is good, right? That's the foundation for them to grow. But sometimes I think some of the candidates in my personal opinion, pay too much attention trying to get those, but they ignore the other aspect. The other aspect I think is the learning ability. So I think it's good you can land into a career that related to your background, exactly because you like to learn finance, you're working in the finance industry, or you learn math, you're working on some very related job. But most often you cannot, right? So I think it's the ability to learn, the way to learn, how you learn is very important. So don't focus too much to say, yeah, this is not related but keep your mind open. You never know what job you can land in, what skill set you can land in, but you should emphasize how I can learn fast and get a concept, understood, so that I can move on. Don't try to narrow yourself to just one area. That's my question.
Okay, great insight. Continue learning and broaden your reach or your learning channels, right? What about Thomas Lee? What do you think? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, the two guest speakers said it very well. I cannot agree more. I want to add one point here. Is we Chinese people always say education is the best investment. I echo that. And after you enter the workforce, getting a mentor is the best career investment because it has the highest ROI, return on investment. Look at my own career path. I made many mistakes in my professional career, especially at the early stage. I wish I had a mentor when I was young. A few years back, I was connected to the mentor within my own company. He's an American Chinese executive. He has a similar background as I do. And during our mentorship, he helped me a lot with my career development plan, make a lot of change adjustment. More importantly, he told me, be bold, look ahead, and how to be a strategic thinker, and how you show your leadership and increase your visibility. So my advice to those young professionals, as an investment in your career, find a mentor within your company. A mentor could be anybody, senior in your company, and someone who's respected and who has influence. The mentor can provide you with your career advice, and ideally, he can sponsor you for your next promotion. So getting a mentor is extremely important for our young professionals. That's my advice for invest yourself in the career.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Actually, I very much echo to what you just said. I happen to have I met my best mentor when I was in the early years of my career, and it was very beneficial because I find that, like you said, help you think differently, help you approach things differently. And I still keep contact with him. Every single year we have lunch together, we just talk, all those things. I truly enjoying it. Thank you for sharing that. You just reminded me I need to reach out again. Okay, so now Thomas, don't go away since we're having that conversation, and I want to ask you this question. So in your field, in the engineering field, do you experience any skills shortages as one of the biggest challenges? Why do we need to get more young people into engineering?
Sorry, I was unmuted. On the first day, I represented my company and talk about the future transportation and mobility. Again, today, I probably change a little bit of perspective, not just talk about my company, but talk about a whole industry. And the global pandemic accelerated the electrical and autonomous driving vehicles. Smart electric vehicle integrate all the cutting technology from long-range battery, software-defined vehicle to cloud, 5G, edge computing, big data, AI, and machine learning. Currently, the job market is extremely tight to attract young talent. All the tech companies, the big names like Google, Apple, Amazon, Baidu, Huawei, Sony, now enter smart EV race to compete talents with key skills in software, autonomous driving, electrification, controls, and so on. The biggest challenge for many companies is to hire qualified talent. I know many other companies increase their total compensation to attract young people, and money is one aspect. To return talents, the company also work hard to make sure those young people work on exciting products.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say this is the best time to get into engineering profession. Number one, you got great pay. More importantly, you can help change the world for the best future.
Awesome.
That's my take on this. Thank you.
And then join your organization. That's another one. Thank you. So for Thomas, next we have Mr. Guan. You know, again, I'm from the IT industry, right? So from what I see, the industry is actually doing quite well, especially during the pandemic, in the form of a digital or the total digital transformation. What are some of the new job opportunities that you can share with us that you see?
Well, thanks. Now I know you're my colleague.
Yes.
I will share some similar views. Yes, the IT industry has been doing fairly well in the last, I would say, 20 years, or if not longer. IT is pervasive in the modern life, so everything is being converted to digital. You know, nowadays that is the buzzword everywhere, and COVID has accelerated in many fronts of the digitalization. You see that basically became a no-touch services in many aspects of that. There was a recent McKesson report, McKinsey report regarding to the impact, the COVID impact to the work, the IT in particular. What strikes me is it's not generating new jobs. However, it generated different kind of jobs or different way to conduct the work that we traditionally don't even imagine. For instance, the physical proximity is no longer required. As an IT professional, you're not constrained to whatever the companies or the offices in the, say, 2 hours driving distance. You can work in the US, you can work for the Chinese companies, you work for India companies, anywhere you can work. So we have been seeing a lot of changes in terms of this kind of employment model has been changed. This is very significant from the professional perspective. Now, your space is much bigger. It creates a lot of new opportunities for you to engage the IT work, particularly the people who don't have to touch any physical devices. You can do it, in your bedroom, essentially. So I have been some of the members that we chatted, our organization members. They say, "Oh, I recently changed the job." I said, "Okay, what's the change?" Well, I just have different login ID. Everything else I'm doing the same. So that's a change where it's going to be very pervasive from the IT perspective.
Thank you. Yes, it is indeed. It's a ever-changing landscape. It also changes very fast, right? And then we have to change at the same time. Okay, thank you for sharing. For Mr. Wang, I have a tricky question for you. This is probably something that I think Guan can add to it at the end. Is that I have noticed that innovative technology such as blockchain drastically changes the way how we do business. How would this affect the financial industry, in your opinion?
Okay, that was a good question. So, unfortunately, I cannot say I'm an expert of blockchain, because I was in financial modeling side, but I do was part of some conversation, because I trying to keep interest in a lot of the new topic, right? I think in the blockchain, so when you think about the blockchain, it's actually a concept that opposite way of how banking is doing right now, right? So one feature of blockchain is it's trying to decentralize the needs of a middleman. Like, who is middleman? Right now, bank is middleman, right? everybody is buyer, seller, supplier, they cannot trust, the other side, the customer, without banking, right? So vice versa. So bank is very important to provide credit to both sides to make sure, everything happens smoothly. But blockchain is trying to do the opposite way, right? Trying to decentralize. But, with that saying, I think, there will be, even though I'm not expert, but I would say, it's really hard for bank to move on towards that because, first, bank is still doing traditional way. Second, even for blockchain, right now, I think bank industry is highly regulated industry. So even though blockchain, lots of people say, there's a lot of fancy property like reducing costs, reducing even transparency very fast, right? But still, there are issues related to blockchain that need to be addressed, like security. Like in the bank now deploy tons of money for cyber risk, right? So I think before all this can address, before regulation can actually nod their head to say, yeah, this sounds like a solution, or I think the bank has a long way to go. But against the blockchain technology itself, right? I think eventually bank may be trying to establish some hybrid type, like a semi-private blockchain, so that core users can benefit from that. That might be a direction, but that's a long way to go. So I have a related things regarding those new technologies because I was working some campus-wise hiring. A lot of students now have data scientist training background. They are hands-on with those deep learning or AI technologies, right? They ask the same question, how those techniques will be used in bank side. I think two aspects, there are user scenarios that bank already widely using these techniques, like for marketing, right? Trying to customer behavior analysis, those type of things. So AI definitely can help. We have people working on the algorithm to get those things out, like the customer, like credit card payment, behavior stuff. But on the other side, right? Because since I just mentioned, bank is highly regulated, right? There's a lot of core piece, the way we handle the risk, we calculate all these measurement, deep learning still have a long way to go because they cannot provide immediate explanation why that. The algorithm might work, but how can I explain in front of regulation? So I think before the regulation lose their control or they have a very confident level about this, so banks still trying to move things slowly or cautiously. But I think eventually it's been there, but there's a lot of back and forth to happen.
Yes, thank you. I think I agree with you. It's a long way to go. And, Canadian banks, right, all these brands, they're, doing really well even outside of Canada, right? So they are probably learning something from USA. I think that regulation, you just mentioned it, right? So it's a big thing. So we'll have to, kind of monitor and learn from it. So thank you for sharing. I know this is completely from your personal perspective. This is not from your organization. I get that, right? And I also feel it is. And I feel that you three is the perfect group for me to ask you another question. And this is something, I came to Canada. I'm here for about almost 20 years. And I think, this is always a talk about brain drain or brain gain, right? So is Canada in line to be the next Silicon Valley? So in the article I read last year on Global Mail, it was in May 2021, it says, as the United States has tightened immigration and become less welcoming, Canada has made better policy moves to attract top global talent and capital. Canada now has 6 times as many skilled immigrants as a percentage of the population comparing to our American neighbors do. Here's some data. From 2013 to 2019, 80,000 tech jobs were created in the Toronto-Waterloo corridor alone, more than in San Francisco, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. combined. That's pretty compelling evidence that Canada is winning the hearts and minds of the world's best and brightest for the first time in a generation. So can one of you or all of you share your thoughts or comment about this article I just shared?
Yeah, great question, Daniel. It's okay, I share first.
Please do.
Yeah, I completely agree with your data, and what you said is extremely uplifting. People always say Silicon Valley in California is so unique and cannot be reproduced. I don't disagree with that if they talk about weather. By all means, we cannot change Mother Nature. But with that said, I still enjoy the beautiful winter here. So let's talk about Canada and specific Toronto. Canada is always ranked as the best country to live. And in fact, Canada is a unique position to attract top diverse talent globally. In my team, I have team members from all around the world, from Italy, Israel, South Korea, and China, India, Iran, and they all have an advanced degree, PhD, or at least a master. They come to Canada, they work very hard, and they're very intelligent, well-kept, educated people. So I said that's my first-hand experience. Is Canada really well positioned to attract the global talents? And then look at Toronto. Toronto is the world's most livable city. Great Toronto area has 7.8 million people, and diversity is our strength. And then look at our education system. As you mentioned that, the talents, the pipeline we have. And Canada produced 40,000 plus STEM university graduates per year. At least 5 world-class universities within the Great Toronto and Hamilton area alone. So each year we have a lot of high quality graduates from the university produced and made in Canada. So specific about automotive engineering, and we know a few automakers already invest aggressively in Canada to build next generation electrical vehicles. So we always believe attracting, retaining, and growing young talent here in Canada is critical for our long-term success in Canadian auto industry. So we may now call Silicon Valley in California, we can call Silicon Valley North.
Yes.
That's my comments.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. It's like the capital follows the talents. So the capital will come. They have actually, have some great companies like Shopify, right? It's a continue to grow. It's a great example of a Canadian born. You mentioned about Canadian born company, and that's one of them. Anyone wants to comment?
Let me, I'm in IT, so most of this silicon phenomena is all the innovation, and the big part of that is IT. There are others, bioengineering, and there are others, creativities, different kind of aspect of the technology. When it comes to Canada, and particularly the technology corridor between Waterloo to actually all the way to Montreal. Canada has very good education systems, and it's very open. I myself had studied in Waterloo. When I was in the university, the university environment is very creative. Like the students are the very smart students. They're given an environment they can do whatever they like, almost no bound. So that created a lot of new ideas, new ways of doing things. So from the talent perspective, Canada do generate a lot of smart, skilled people. Now the difference between Canada and the Silicon Valley is from the venture investment perspective. That's a big difference. Our tax systems, our ways to invest, the risk tolerance level that Canada tends to be more conservative. So that has differences between Canada and particularly Canada when it comes to investment on the new startups. That's the difference. But from a talent perspective, yeah, you're absolutely right. We're not much behind the US. We'll probably produce equally amount of talented engineering and other new students. We are in front runners of this area, but we cannot compete with Silicon Valley in terms of fundings. Well, lately there's some situation has been changing, but not and the Silicon Valley is fading as well because all the different other factors. I think eventually Canada has always been a good place to be. Eventually, is the market, is the capital that drives a certain business side of the phenomena. But we will see. I think we're on the right track.
Yes, absolutely. On the right track, it's very encouraging. Mr. Wang, do you want to add some comment from a financial perspective? You need to fund more talents. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. So that's a promising future here in Toronto, especially in this GTA area in terms of job opportunity. I think if you talk about Silicon Valley, it's not the same Silicon Valley right now as before, right? I have a lot of friends who are actually trying to escape from Silicon Valley because cost is so high, right? So you can see the trend for those tech companies. The money now they starting to shift away and to say Washington D.C. like in Seattle area. Then now as living costs driving up, the Seattle Valley and the Seattle city again, people trying to export out. So I think the cost is always a driving factor for those big company when they trying to say how do I deploy my product, where I grow things. Especially right now, it's globalization, right? So it's very possible to establish a new hub, right, for cost saving point of view. And on top of that, Canada, Toronto is a financial center. So I just give you an example, right? Because our banking system is survived the crisis, like and I think we have a much better regulation. So I think there's lots of U.S. bank, U.S. financial industry when they're trying to looking for talent people, they're looking into Canadian market, right? I think the people with risk management background and or some Canadian banking background, they are very attractive to those companies. So I think talent is also important here. And on top of that, I think even though people are talking about the housing price keep hiking in GTA, but we have more people fly in, and I think the salary, the compensation package is still low compared to a US side. I think we have a potential to attract more investment into Toronto area. So as a matter of fact, I already know that there's a lot of big companies establish a hub, like a hub in Toronto. Like I know there are areas like in College University Avenue. There's a tech hub. I also like we keep hearing news like Amazon or some other company keep increasing their hiring. I think strategically that's the way to go. I think Toronto have a good chance to win more in the future.
Thank you. I agree. I absolutely agree. We need more headquartered offices in Canada, and I think a lot of the CEOs from Canada, they went to USA, and hopefully maybe they will come back soon, and then to bring these experiences, right, to build Canada together. And I'm very encouraged, to hear all of you sharing the same thoughts. Thank you for that. We still have some time, and then I'm going to switch topic, right? This is something. Previously we talked about some soft skills. So I wanted to see, maybe hear your opinion or your feedback about personal branding in the workplace and how important it is to care about your visibility, marketability, and credibility in a career journey. And I think, many, industries never lack the visible minority talents working in so many different industries, right, at different levels. So, how to get that recognition properly, to be treated fair, and to be promoted to management position. So, something I want to hear your thoughts.
So maybe I can chip in to introduce a little bit what happened in my area. So I've been working in this financial industry, like banking, risk management, like modeling, related stuff for quite a few years. I see, right, because lots of Chinese professionals, they study the quant disciplines like math, like quant finance, like physics. They all flow into the financial industry. The job that they'll be doing is actually very quant compared to all the other jobs in the banking area. So I see a lot of young talents narrowed in this area. So because this is something that Chinese can do very good, right? But if you see when you see the career advance, there's not much senior leaders who can exceed and holding an important position in banking area. I think that this is something I want to bring that up. There's some multiple reasons. Language definitely is a big hurdle here, right? But that's something we cannot change. Maybe we're waiting for our next generation; they can do better. But the most important thing is the mindset, is the thinking. I think a lot of Chinese people tend to work hard, but only work hard. They didn't pay much attention into trying to communication, trying to make people know that you actually can deliver, you actually can contribute, right? They don't pay enough time to showcase what they've been doing, right? So in the end, you have done a lot of good things, but nobody knows or nobody appreciates. So your visibility is actually very narrow because you don't shout it out. So I think the personality-wise, maybe some more Chinese tend to be very, very tender, like things. But I encourage young professionals when they're doing their work, don't be shy to showcase. Don't be shy to marketing themselves. Don't be shy to reach out. If you have some ideas, just share with your managers. Just talk it loud. Don't focus only on the work that you can do. But if you have some thoughts, right, trying to broadcasting that, because that will actually impress your manager a lot. Instead of you can give a work, you deliver that. The manager always looking something beyond your ability, right? Beyond your current work, right? If you cannot demonstrate that ability to show them, they can see your future, but not what you're currently doing. They need to see your potential. If you can demonstrate that you have those potential, then you're actually in a right track.
I totally agree. You're going to have a voice. You're going to participate in the team meetings. And of course, if you don't have a voice, you don't matter. That's how they look at this, right? Thank you so much for sharing. And I think it's very helpful for all the young graduates or the young people out there listening to this, right? If you don't plan, you plan to fail. I think you have a goal, set it up, and plan this early in your career life. And you will thank yourself, years from now, listening to this conversation we're having right now.
Yeah,
thank you.
Danielle, well, can I add one comment here?
Please.
Yeah, Yadong right on, and this is how we increase our visibility and market yourself. And a couple of things coming to my mind I'd like to share with all the young professionals here. And you may done a great job. You have a great launch, a great execution, big win, but a promotion possibly not one time, like 2 times, 3 times. You got to frustrate what's going on. So one thing I found in the big company, as in a small company, and many people compete a promotion. Your competitor can come from nowhere. So you got to plan ahead and increase your visibility. A couple of simple things you can do. For example, the global pandemic, we all work remotely. And how you increase your visibility and then voice your ideas and exchange and collaborate with others. Speak up in the meeting, for example. And if you have a hard time, difficult time, some people got difficult time to come up idea or speech on the fly. What you can do is you can preview agenda in advance and prepare your comments, questions, or answers beforehand. And secondly, you try to speak as the first speak or second speak in the meeting. So otherwise you may run out of time or other people already talk about it and then you don't have a chance to speak. So try to be first or second speaker in the meeting. So that's simple things you can try. And I believe you try this for some time, you will find that people starting to notice you. That's my personal experience. Thank you.
Thank you. So show your face, basically, right? Turn your camera in those meetings. Thank you. Exactly. I think the visibility, you talk about, and also build your credibility, right? So when you promise something, you deliver a promise. That's your personal branding, right? It's how people talk about you behind your back, not like really behind your back. When you're not in the room, how they think of you as a professional, right? Anything, Mr. Guan, you want to add?
Yeah, I agree with Yadong and Thomas about their comments. A few things that I like to add on is firstly, I think the management position sometimes being overvalued. there are times that I think the technical proficiencies also have a very high value. In the view that management is a career path, I don't necessarily agree, because you're dealing with different problems when you became a manager. If you have a passion with technology, you can still take the technology leadership. You can be the leaders in the team. They're still very, very valuable to any organization. Not necessarily everyone wants to be a manager. You're dealing with different type of problems. Sometimes it's not good at it. Particularly for the people whose first language is not English. Mm-hmm. And then there's also culture things that is difficult to manage. It takes a while to start getting used to that kind of position. And then once in the management, sometimes like myself, I miss my early days as a programmer. The life is a lot pure, and you know what to do, and you enjoy that. But sometimes when you don't have that skill anymore, they promote you to a manager. So that's not something that fits everyone's lifestyle. But I agree with the views that if for the ones who wants to be a manager, or who want to be in the leadership position, the soft skills, the communications, those are all play critical roles for your career path. Mm-hmm. So that's my comments. I have 2 minutes.
Thank you, thank you. And I think it's about how you practice, right? We always say, our Chinese people always believe practice makes it perfect. Yes, we have to, just to take the actions. I think, you want to do something in your career, and just practice those good, exercise these good advices or skills. So I think we're about to come to the end of the session here. I want to thank all of the presenters and the panelists to share valuable information about your industry trend, everything that you shared, your story, all those maybe some of the very interesting point of views. I want to thank you all for sharing this and take your time to come to this event. So I think that this forum and job fair event is a significant one. It's a significant event to bridge the resources and opportunities for students or for newbies in the workspace to network with employers and employers to find the right talents. So we have about 20 to 30 minutes to invite all the guest speakers, organizers, and of course the volunteers. I know you've put a lot of effort and time into this. I want to join, please come and join this, turn the camera on if you want. You have any specific questions to the presenters or the panelists, this is your time to type the questions in the chat box, or simply ask the questions over the Zoom speaker. Turn on your camera, ask the questions, and it's also, I think, a suitable time, maybe later on, for the organizers and the speakers to share your overall event experiences, right? So far during these 3-day forum job fair, it can be intense, but I'm sure a lot of you can share your expertise, maybe some good advices for the next one, right, coming next year. And of course, your outlook or prospect of the market and the future for all of us. So feel free, everyone.
Hey, everyone can welcome to organizers and community members. Welcome to open your mic. I would like to thank our panelists and keynote speaker today. Your fantastic job has been done. Also, thank you for our moderator, Daniel Chen. Very good job hosting the event, and very smooth and perfect on time. And lots of very inspiring comments, ideas, and advice. I feel myself also benefit a lot, and I guess every one of you will be gain a lot of from it as well. And with that being said, I would like to invite our several members here. This is the list of our community members who working day and night to support this event. A 3-day event, not easy. This is the the first time we have did so big, including 3 organizers and 5 co-organizers and the teams bring our company together, bring our keynote speakers together. They are all top notch. The idea coming from the head, from the mouth, I think it's very inspiring and very encouraging. And I will think it will be benefit for all of us, including the ones who not showing up today, but they will, after they see the videos, they will benefit from them. Okay, with that being said, I would like to invite Bill, maybe starting from you. 1 minute, everyone has maximum 1 minute to say. Okay. Not sure. we give you a little more minutes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. One thing I want to share for this event is I see the passion from all the organization. They want to help the new grads, immigrants. They have a passion to help the community. I think this is the one value which is CCA also is promoting the volunteerism. And also in the whole event, we can see that each organization, see all the community member and the volunteer, they are very professional. They don't hide their experience, their know-how. So they shared all their lifetime experience with all the audience. I think this is a well-organized, well-received event. Hopefully next time when we do, we may want to think about how to invite maybe approach to the different this community. I may try to invite more people to come, but I think overall this is the first time very professional event. Thank you very much, and especially thank to Zhengchen for your organization and also coordination. I know a lot of work. You worked, I think, day and night, and also you have a day job. Sorry for the incident today. I was in the training. I cannot speak at the same time in 2 meetings. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You are showing our 2 meetings, and now we are catching up the missing one. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, in future we would like to do the offline, and will not limit it to the people's and the company size. And also I think at this time we send out a post a little bit too late. So university students, originally we are thinking the reading week will should be a lot of university students showed up. Look like we a little bit send out a little bit late. So that's the things we can improve in future. Okay, that's what I would like to jump to T1, our Cpa's president. Welcome to speaker system.
Okay, thank you everyone for all the participants and the organization and the employers and the students. This is a great event, and we saw that even though the number of people is a little bit shorter than we expected, I think still will attract a lot of people. And I think that we saw this is our first ever joint efforts by so many people. So I hope that we can carry on and we can continue to help our community. And on behalf of the CPAC, we thank you. We appreciate your help and your efforts. We'll see you next time.
Oh, thank you for T1's great support. When I first approached T1, he immediately agrees this is the best thing we should do for our community. I really appreciate it. Without your support and your team's support, we'll not have today's so successful event. Okay, next one I would like to go to, I think, Han Xiao, our moderators is still in another meeting with 6 kids. And I think Emily also not coming here, right? Emily not here. So let's go to Daniel. Today you are busy, but you will not give you a rest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I actually wanted to congratulate, congratulations to all the organizers and volunteers, right, for a successful forum and a job fair. This would not happen without support and effort from all of you. I think, Zhengchen, you mentioned about the passion. I absolutely see that passion from all of you. And I think, this has been a very successful forum. So, thank you all. So I guess what I want to say is look forward to seeing you next time. Or maybe we'll have some subsequent ones to target on a specific area or industry, share our thoughts together, right? And then let's, learn from each other more and grow together and so to hear more success stories next time when we meet. So thank you and take care of yourself and your career journey.
Thank you, Daniel. I think the whole event was so successful because of our 3 top our moderators. They are very knowledgeable. They work in not just on the host of the event, but also they spend lots of time to get to know our expert, bring out the most smart ideas from them and their visions, their leadership. So I think our moderator definitely, 3 moderators definitely are our top host in our community. Thank you. Okay, next on the right, I would like to invite Thomas Lee. Thomas Lee contributes to events to a lot of big deal. Not only invite keynote speaker Reagan from General Motors, but also himself become the first one our panel discussion speakers here, and today the last section as well. So we are being follow up the whole section from beginning to the end. Thank you, appreciate it. Go ahead.
Thank you, Zhengchen. I know Zhengchen for many years. When he approached me, say we're gonna have this big event. First, I heard this as impossible, but you guys changed my mind. You made this mission impossible become achievable. And again, thank you for your great leadership and the execution skills, and also the whole team. I love the energy the team demonstrated, and also 3 hosts for 3 days, outstanding skills and questions, and make this panel discussion, the whole event so most successful. Again, thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you. Our IT section, William Liu is our original CCAA's chairman. William, Liu, no, look like I have nothing here. Huh? Yeah, he contributed a lot of on the IT side association. When I first approached him, he gave us the big support, and he invited Liang Duan to make a keynote speaker today. Okay, maybe Liang, you want to say something?
Yeah, well, thank you. Hopefully I can say something on behalf of Liu Wei. And first of all, I'd like to thank the organization committee, everyone to put this together. It's great job, and I'm very impressed with the quality, with the organization of such a big event. It's a large undertaking, and it's being run so successfully. I'm really happy to be part of that. Although I have been done very little. And hopefully next time I can do more for this, and I myself can bring some more positions for sure. But this time I just did not have any time to get this until the last minutes. And hopefully next time I will be able to do some face-to-face events. That will be my expectation, and hopefully we can do that soon. That's my final words. But thanks everyone, and take care.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, without your support, I think your probably physical will do a little bit less, but today you speak a lot. That's the wisdom and the visions is very important for us. That's a big contribution as well. Okay, next one I would like to invite Tracy from PMP. She not only participated today's keynote panel discussion, but she also secured our invitation for TD Bank to coming over. They send a very good shout out here. Can Tracy speak a few sentences?
Appreciate the committee, especially Zheng Cheng. You are set up by example, leading by example. This is a leader. You do and you show, and then you act and you perform. So you're leading this team to get the job done. Well done, and appreciate everybody. I just want to say those words. It's so impressive. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I would say I was also motivated by you guys because of your support. We don't want to let you guys down, and your support really push us go above and beyond. That's why the whole team, not just myself, I really appreciate you guys because I probably work a little more detail, but the whole team work is a group effort, and that's why we just prepare the platform, but at the end of the day, our keynote speakers, our guests, they prepare well how they predict, they take their advice, they prepare the visions. They also looking into the industry visions with great visions, and then come up with great advice for our young generation. This is an amazing effort from our keynote speaker as well as guest speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. It's an amazing job. I also thanks Amy Gu, and then we partner TD, and then also did a lot of work and really want to come here again. And although our team member, I gave them pressure. You have to share your personal story. Let them prepare, and then everybody worked hard to contribute this event, and then I hope they have bring some positive result. And then I hope next year we are getting better.
Yeah, I think you are perfect sense. I think not only we broadcast to the last 3 days, we hope the message coming out from our keynote speaker and guest speaker and the event, and we can hopefully release this torch to the future. The message I would say we also present to the YouTube and then deliver to the young other people who doesn't have time to attend, let also benefit as well. So I will make a list that happens. So the 3 days news should be coming out very soon, including the video. We will put it up for advertisement. Thank you. Okay, the next one will be Ma from our accounting association.
I don't have too many words to say, but like, thank you so much to organize this event for the young professionals. This event is really successful. I saw everyone hardworking and during the nighttime, and especially yourself, because I remember I sent like really late message to you during the nighttime. Like, I'm really appreciate your support, and also ask all associations to join the event. I'm looking for another successful event next year.
Thank you. I really appreciate it because I contacted you the last minute. We are finally finalize the posters and find out, oh, I sent an email to accounting and it looked like I sent to the long email address. And I said, why 3 days, 4 days, nobody contacted me? I sent it 2 times. Finally, I got the.
Yeah, right now, like we have connection with each other.
Yeah, because you guys have 2 websites. That's why I went to the long one, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, that's why I would like to invite our one of our superstars as well. This time, she gave us 2 very impressive introduction sections on the interview skill as well as efficient resume writing. Welcome, Beth, to give us a few words.
Well, thank you very much, Sung-Chang. As a part of the organizing committee, I highly appreciate the united efforts that a group of organizations put together in helping job seekers. I've been very impressed by the collaboration and passion the committee members share. I was also honored to be a speaker to share some of my expertise on the topic of resume writing and interview skills. I want to thank the participants for giving me very kind feedback. As a career counselor, career coach, or employment consultant, you name it, I wear all these hats. I'd like to, if possible, I'd like to add some quick thoughts to the job seekers. For those of you who are still confused about your career direction, you deserve to figure it out before conducting serious job searching, because your job search has to be focused. There are scientific ways and professional methods to help you get a clearer picture. I know people are emphasizing the importance of networking, but no matter who you know, for job searching, you need to get your tools ready. A good resume nowadays is not enough. It has to be great, and it must include your culture understanding. When hundreds and even thousands of candidates competing for the same position, you are actually competing your job searching skills. Get professional help that you need and get a mentor for career advancement. Remember this, the candidate who gets the job is not always the most qualified, but the one who appears to be most qualified. Thank you.
Very good comment. I think that's exactly the point. You need to show up at the right time, at the right skill set, to the right people. Perfect. Okay, and next one, I would like to invite Jenny. She has been hosted today's panel discussion very well. I think I went to the very deep of each individual, successful individuals, and I heard a lot of good advice from the team panelists. Really good job. Okay, Jenny, please.
Thank you, everyone, to hear. So, I'm honored to represent Cpmp to co-host this event. It's a great success, and I learned from the event. There is so many talented people, genius, and also there is so many genius talent working extremely hard to make everything to be reality. That is, I feel great for our team to accomplish. One thing, as our professional project manager, we always have lesson learned. Lesson learned for this event, I think if next year we do, we will spend a little bit more time on our audience, attract more audience. We have excellent vendor company. We have excellent host speaker. We need more audience. Thank you. We will do next time. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for Jenny's good comments. Very good. Lots of work being done by Jenny. I think I still need your help tonight and tomorrow for the news writings. We'll continue working towards the end to make a perfect ending. Okay, next one, I would like to invite our CCA President Michael Chang. Today I need to apologize because I got a last minute information. Oh, Bill Yang is in another meeting. We need Chen Bing to make a speech. So without any preparations, he jumped in immediately and make a very good one. Okay, welcome, Chen Bing. Still here? Oh, look like he probably already went out. Okay, no problem.
Okay, thanks, Lincoln.
Okay.
First of all, I'm very glad this bring a successful end of this professional career events. 3 days. I know before it started, a lot of people put a lot of effort into it, especially Chen. Okay, I really appreciate all the people who put a lot of effort here. This quality of work shows volunteerism, cooperation, and true fact to the devotion to the community, to the society. I think this is a successful example of how different people from different organizations put together to finish a great job. Thanks for all the co-organizers, the organizer groups, and volunteers, guest speakers, all the recruiters. I think by doing this, we show to the society we can do better in the future to bring more to our society, to show the strength of our organizations, of different volunteers from different organizations. How can we do a better job? How can be a better me? And this event, not only bring a job opportunity to people need, also show from different guest speakers, show to the young people, to who people, whether you have a job or don't have a job, not only how to get job, also how to doing job better, build a successful career. I'm very impressed with the job quality of all the volunteers. Thank you very much for all of us, all of you, and wish next year we can do better. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Michael. Very good compliment. This is a very successful event, and I would say with our whole team's great effort here, we make the history. Thank you. You are the heroes. Okay, next one, I think for the event organizer, we got a big support from our technical support team. I would like to bring out a couple of them. We have Nelson Liu, Liu Yanzhong. Do you have still here? Welcome you to make a speech. You're working very hard on the technical side and give us the best support that we can, even in the busy working schedule.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that this 3 days event now is coming to a successful end. And I'm glad that so many young professionals and students come to the events. And I believe that, although as an organizer, we spend, a lot of time and energy and efforts to make this happen, at the end of the day, I can see this event will help a lot of people to get some ideas about how to do the job hunting, resume writing, and even has lots of opportunities showcasing on the event day. So I would really wish everyone to have a success in his job hunting. And thanks everyone, thanks all the attendees and all the volunteers, and we made this happen. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate Nelson's great help. Okay, the other one we will invite Sang Wang. He's always a technical expert on a lot of events you will see him, and with this event, he's here as well. Okay, welcome Sang Wang. Wang Xiaoming. Okay, yeah, open your mic.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, so actually, I think everyone is talk too much. Yeah, so
especially
yeah, I agree all you guys said. Okay, so have a good day and have a good future. Yeah.
Thank you. That's very short and sweet. Okay, the next one will be our very I would say creative team member here, Yang Hong, Oliver Yang. He is our old poster designer. I think he designed 6 posters out of all this very amazing standout poster design. Oliver Yang, are you still in the meeting? Oh, I look like I didn't see him. Okay, if not, last one, Jian Jiaqing Jiang. Can you be able to speak? If you can turn on the camera, so you are here, turn on the camera, then I can find you. Some of you may not be open the co-host, right? Okay, not here. Okay. And next one will Mark Chen.
I think Charles Zhang is there.
Oh, is here? Yeah. Charles Zhang, can you open your...
his camera is on.
Okay, camera's on. What? Oh yeah, I saw you.
Okay, I couldn't unmute myself.
Oh yeah, now you can. Sorry.
Sorry, I came in a little bit late, but I wanted to definitely congratulate everyone. I want to thank everyone, our co-organizers, CPAC and CCEA for helping CCAA organizing this very first job fair event. And I think it's a success, even though it's a virtual format. But I'm hoping the next time we will be very soon seeing everyone face to face in a real room. We can have vendor, we can have a table, we can probably have other face-to-face discussion. So I think if I were a new grad, or I'm in the process of looking for a career change by attending this 3-day event, I think I probably would have learned a lot. It's a great networking event. I hope everyone probably had a chance to maybe jot down this great speaker's email, contact information. If I look back my career, one advice is don't be shy. Just go ahead and get their information, their email, look them up on social media, contact them. And I wanted to wish everyone great success. And again, congratulations to everyone, all the organizers, the vendors who showed up, and wish everybody success. Thank you.
Thank you. And not only you participate, but you also help invite the GE Canada coming over to be vendors. Really appreciate your big support on this. And we're looking for the offline gathering very soon. And we all found several different group, expert group, as well as the participant group. Eventually, we would like to have directly networking face-to-face to promote our experts' advice. Okay. And next one, I would like to invite Mark Chen. He's done informed tech company, big start, #1 and #2 days. Okay, not only himself, his wife also is very good talker. I have a very good feeling on the second days of women in fintech. Several candidates talk very well. They are not only successful in their career, they are also successful in their life and in their family. Okay, welcome, Mark Chen.
Okay, thank you, Johnson, and thank you, everybody. And congratulations to the great team. We work together. I know so how many days and nights, we're talking about try to the Zoom, break room, all kind of stuff. I really see we have a wonderful team from day one. I'm really impressed with the all from different, communities and associations, and I'm so impressed. So actually, I'm not only one of organized committee members, but also the vendors. I'm lucky got 2 days of presentations. Good news is that even the number of people, we have limited number of people. However, the results is amazing. And actually, just give you a good news. And yesterday, we already hired one person is going to start work for the bank in the middle of March. So we got one person is lucky got hired, and also we got some applicants within for past a few days. We already started processing individual applicants. We started interview if it's a good candidate. And meantime, I really appreciate one news I probably can share here is so interesting. For the people apply, you couldn't imagine how many is not Chinese. I'm surprised we have 90% of people is not Chinese.
Really?
So I guess maybe that's somewhere we need to more work so that we do have a number of positions for new graduates, and we are really still open. So we are welcome all members and applicants, new graduates. If we want to find a job in the IT, especially you want to step to the bank, as this is great opportunities. Okay, again, thank you everybody. I'm pleased working to work with all the you guys had this wonderful events. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. I think Mark did a very good job, and so excited to hear so good news. They already have several candidates already apply for a job, but also bring out message that in your applications look like our Chinese a little bit fewer than we think. So I think this is echoes of what Beth found a couple of days ago. I showed out 2 videos. That's an international student from Chinese community. Look like we got some challenge in terms of career employment rate, as well as like success of the salary from starting point. So I think we have a lot of work to do, but we are here. That's what we are here for. We create a platform, and we know the issues, and we move to the directions to go. Okay, very good. Okay, next one. I think we have Zhao Chanchun. He is I didn't see him here. If you Michael Chen, if you see him, let me know. I check the name, doesn't see him here. So he's provide us the technical support in the Zoom breakout room. Really during his busy working hours coming out. And the next one is Jeff Pan. He is the news broadcaster. So it's one of the companies, news media company. Okay, so we will help us the next few days when we publish the news too. You will have a promotion. And the next one I will show you here is Huan Jing. She is the president of the North America Automotive Chinese Engineers Associations. So I think she is busy the last few days, but she did bring in Ambridge company to our show, and has some position available. Welcome to apply if you are interested. Okay, the next one beside is Jana Chen. She helped us to promote the event to the international students and parents. So she have a several group of Chinese international students here. So do a very good job, and also help me bring up some student volunteers. If anyone I missed, you see, remind me. And the next one beside is Amy Xiao. She is also the Secretary General of the CCAA and president of Nanhan Association, Toronto Association. And she will help us on the news broadcasting, and she have her own media channel to help promote this event. Okay, next one is Xin Gu Xiaoxing. I think I saw it. You are here. You're welcome to speak up. She helped us. This is 3 days pictures taking. Very nice. If you see your happy pictures, then we'll be coming from her. It's very second day and third day.
Thank you, all the organizers, speakers, and participants. This event is a big success. I'm honored to be one of volunteers to learn and get inspired here. And because I just joined in the last minute, so I didn't contribute a lot. I hope to join earlier next time to help a lot. And I'm also a media and marketing person in Toronto. I guess I got a lot of excellent speakers to be my interviewees in the future. Thank you so much for all the organizers. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we have more work to do now for you. The media, so the broadcast will be coming very soon. Tonight and tomorrow, we will be prepare all the 3 days news, and then we'll be seeing in the media very soon. Okay, the next one on my list, we will be showing the media. Another media team is Chen Long. Long Chen, is she here? I saw him early, but maybe already left. And the 2 team here also is the technical support team, Jeff and Jean. Let me see here. Let me put this one on. So Jeff and Jean, they are helping us on the technical support at the beginning. They are coming from the CCFA group. Okay, we also have more from the accounting group. I think she is not in today, but really appreciate the whole team's great effort. I would say so far our event is very successful. Without your contributions and a great effort and working day and night, we will not make it happen. That's why we got the best team here and top performance achieved. I will conclude today's event and including the last 2 days. So our whole event is very successful until now. And with that being said, I pass back to Daniel Cheng, our moderator of today's event. Daniel.
Oh, hi. I guess we're come to the end of it. Yes, it's very memorable, and I hear a lot of good, good supporters, volunteers. This is all very good. So I guess are we going to announce that this event is going to be closing officially at this point? Okay, well, thank you all. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. And I hope, like for myself, I learned a lot of things, to be the moderator. That's the beauty of it, right? I get to learn different industries. So thank you all. And hopefully we're going to have maybe some like offline event. We're going to, get to know each other better and share more knowledge, share more information with each other. So I look forward to it. So again, thank you all, and cheers to everyone.